Back in the book segment tonight, the American Sniper controversy rages on. Michael Moore disparaged the film, so did actor Seth Rogen, comparing it to Nazi propaganda. Mr. Rogen has since recanted or something. But actor Dean Cain called out Moore and Rogen in a tweet, causing Alec Baldwin to attack Mr. Cain. I spoke to the guy who played Superman last night about his relationship with the late Chris Kyle. So, Mr. Cain, you knew Chris Kyle personally, right?
Yeah, Chris and I were on a television show on NBC called Stars Earn Stripes, and we were partnered up. So we trained together for about 6 weeks on all sorts of weapons and jumping out of helicopters and doing all sorts of things, and we became very, very good friends.
And so when you heard Seth Rogen and Michael Moore say bad things about Mr. Kyle, it was personal to you.
Yeah, there's a bunch of us that stay in touch, all the operatives and such, and someone sent me a text that got my attention and showed me the tweet, and I was just angry at that. My first reaction was anger, just like if you insulted my brother. And almost like we were standing in a playground, I sent back a tweet very quickly and surprised, I'll say surprised at the reaction it's gotten. But I was defending a friend of mine who wasn't there, and I was a little ticked off.
I mean, sure, but I mean, when celebrities get involved with back and forth, the tweeting stuff, you know, you say you want to whack Rogen, and you know whatever. I mean, he didn't really reply back to you. Alec Baldwin did, and Baldwin, unfortunately, using the third grade argument that if you hadn't served in the military, you have no right to comment on it, just about as sophomoric as you can possibly get. But I'm interested in your take on why you think the left, and these guys are all coming from the left, all right, why they're so offended by a movie like American Sniper. I mean, I don't really understand why they're so upset about it.
To me, it defies explanation because, in my opinion, Chris was the epitome of an American hero. And this movie is not a pro-war movie, so
No.
they're not making a big, anti-war stance or something. They're picking on someone's real story, their real life, and it shows the grittiness and the ugliness of war. And it defies any sort of logic to me. And I just feel like I had to say something at that time to defend a friend.
And I'm glad you did. I think more Hollywood stars have got to start to speak out, because all we get is the left-wing point of view out there. We don't get a lot of other people countering that. Now, you went to Iraq when it was hot. I was over there as well. Tell me about that experience for you.
Well, I was in Iraq in 2005. I was a very small group of us, so we were able to go to a lot of forward operating bases and places that people don't visit. There was a lot going on. I was in Fallujah just after we took it, and I saw a lot of casualties. So I've seen war. I didn't serve. I didn't pick up a weapon and fight. I don't like it. War is ugly. But the things that I saw there touched me and changed me as a person. And my son said the thing after we watched the film, he just turned to me and said, "I don't want to go to war."
How old is your son?
My son is 14 years old.
Mm-hmm. That's about the age. I don't think I'd take any kids younger than that. The final question is that, do you know Rogen or Moore or Baldwin? Do you know these guys?
I don't know Moore. I don't know Seth. I enjoy Seth's movies. I do know Alec, and he has been known to say some things in the past. I don't take offense to it. I just listen. Everybody has a right to their opinion.
Absolutely, it's a robust
Seth,
debate.
Michael.
You say what you say, they say what they say. But you're standing up. I guarantee you, we're not going to get Rogen or Moore or maybe Baldwin. He came in once, but you stand up. You make your case. That's all we ask. None of this cheap shot Twitter business that and then you run and hide. But anyway, I think the late Chris Kyle would have appreciated you, Mr. Cain. For taking a stance. You're in the Hollywood community, which is largely left, but you spoke out, and I think he would have admired you for doing so.
I sure hope so, and he has my respect, 100% of my respect. He had it then; he'll always have it, and it just hurts to hear someone disparage him, and maybe I'll try to keep my mouth shut too.
No, I wouldn't do that. Look at me. I mean,
I said maybe. I promise you, it's not going to happen.
No, it's turned out okay for me. So you keep talking. You say what you want to say. All right, Mr. Cain, we appreciate you coming on.